don't know. We was making payments. You know, the mortgage loans that they do when they turn certain or they pass away. We're responsible for that. What kind of loan is that?
Reverse mortgage. Oh, because it's a reverse mortgage. There's no way to do. Man, these reverse mortgages are from hell.
Want to be paid?
They just wanna. They just wanna get. They just wanna foreclose, and they're not. So therefore, there's no like Jesus, these reverse mortgages. They need to get rid of them because they don't. They don't help anybody. So if you get a seller that needs repairs, has a timeline, is distressed, and they're not getting to the price that you need, that is how we position what we call ethical wholesaling, which means we just tell them we're going to do and give us about 10 days on the market. And the reality of it is sometimes we do have hedge funds and insurance companies that are looking to just park money. And that way they know that we're going to be marketing it. That way they know what we're doing and there's no this iffy, washy situation, and we can go ahead and market the property and see if we can get a buyer. Good. Well, my name is Joel, and I'm with Move On House Buyers, and my entire job here is to try and figure out, with you whether or not a cash out sale may benefit you, and see if our funding department may approve. Is that okay with you? Is it okay if I ask you some basic questions about the property while I try to pull it up? What's got you looking into possibly selling the home, Miss Sandra?
It has a mortgage loan on it, and it's going to get ready to go for the foreclosure soon.
Okay, gotcha. Are you the owner of the home?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, one of the heirs. One of the heirs.
Oh, okay. So do you know if probate has been completed or? Gotcha. Okay. In terms of the so titles, that's good to know. So I'm assuming you've been getting some help to work on the title.
Yes, that's what we did. We got it. We opened title. They helped us clean title up. So title is.
Okay, and I'm assuming you're the executrix, or is there somebody that is?
No, all of the children are.
Oh, wow. Okay. And is everybody agreeing to sell? Sometimes that could be a little bit tricky.
No, everyone's on board. No one wants to. No, but no one wants to sell.
So, okay, March, do you have an idea of the property condition? What can you tell me about it?
Well, the property has been abandoned. It's going to need It's going to need repairs. I mean,
Sure.
a lot of repairs in the inside. We had a contractor come out. He gave us an estimated bid of about maybe 30,000 for repairs.
Okay, well, that sounds kind of low if it's been abandoned for some time.
Yeah, because what happened was the bank was keeping up with that. I guess they had somebody that was coming out, keeping up with the yard, and trying to keep up with the inside. But little by little, I guess the restroom gonna need to be redone, and then, the contractor said the sheetrock's okay. There's some patches here and there. It needs to be new floors, new kitchen. So yeah, that's what he charged us for rehab.
So, in terms of the home itself, can you tell me a little bit about bedroom, bathrooms, maybe how long ago the kitchen and the bathrooms were updated and stuff like that?
Well, it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
Okay.
It has a dining room, living room, and a kitchen, washer dryer connection. And I think the last time that it was probably renovated and the inside painted and maybe floors was probably back in 2005.
And so the kitchen and the bathrooms are probably a little bit outdated. And the roof and the AC, ma'am, do you have an idea of when it was last replaced?
The AC is probably about maybe the same, about 12 years old as well.
All right. And ideally, when would you and your siblings like to sell the property by, since the auction's coming up?
Well, we'd like to sell it as soon as possible. If possible, we want to try to get rid of it by the end of this month, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
All right. Well, did y'all have an idea as to what y'all thought it was worth in its current condition for a quick close, or what would be the least you take for it as is?
We know that it has an ARV, I think, of 250.
Yeah, well, I mean, the way that we work is we're getting so many calls from sellers that the way that we work is I'm on your side. I try to present the file already ready to go if we really want to close by the end of January to the funding department once it's agreed in writing. So I can't really present anything to funding. We're only closing 10 properties a month with the recession and the higher interest rates would the properties keep going down in value, and we're getting a lot of properties that are just sitting. So with that said, did y'all have an idea of what would be the least you take for it? Because if not, in terms of an offer, I mean, we got to evaluate it as its current condition. It sounds like it probably needs, at least from what I hear, more than 30,000 if we want to get that ARV that you mentioned.
Mhm. Mhm.
But we can do some math here. I mean, typically, if you want a quick close as is, you're gonna end up leaving on the table anywhere between 8 to 12% of what you would have netted anyways. That's kind of like, the quote unquote convenience factor over money, right?
Mhm.
So, but I mean, even if you guys were to fix it, put in, let's say, $30 to $35,000, and hopefully not go over budget. Negotiate a little bit. We usually budget for about 3% and pay the agent fees and hold on to it until it closes, assuming it doesn't go down in value, and pay for the closing costs and the inspection findings. I mean, you might net about 170 to 175 after fixing it. What a seller on the retail market would net after investing in the property.
Mhm.
So I mean, at the end of the day, we could put $1 million on paper, but if you really want to close and not have headaches towards closing, it has to be a number that makes sense for both of us. Does that make sense?
Mhm. Yeah. That's why I'm saying, that's why I'm giving you all the details of the property so that you can kind of say, okay, well, based on that, I think, we think that we probably could go for this number, or I'll say, no, um, I think because I'm going to be honest with you, we have a mortgage of more than $140,000.
Got it. So that's the payoff, or is that
That's the thing.
that's the payoff? Okay. Well, I
Uh-huh.
mean, we got to work with the facts, right?
Right.
If you really want to close by the end
So
of
we were
January.
thinking about 165, 170, something like that,
Got it.
where we're trying to sell it for.
Got it. I mean, we can try that. I mean, I'd suggest if you really want to get the file approved and, start escrow. I'm not, saying that we could, but, if I can get that 165 with us paying no closing costs, which essentially gets you to the 170, and you're not having to pay any commissions or closing costs, is that something that you and your siblings are ready, willing, and able to move forward with?
With one, you said 165?
Yeah, because we still got to pay the closing costs and there's no commissions. Um, and so my next step would be to get it in writing, from you guys so that I can present it to the funding department so we can open up escrow and try and get you closed by the end of the month. But since we're only looking to buy 10 properties, I'm one of 15 acquisition agents here. I got to be able to get everything in writing so that I can present it in the next funding meeting so that we can
Okay.
place the funds separately, if that makes sense.
We could do, can you do maybe 167?
Yeah, I'm not trying to haggle you. I mean, I'm on your side. The problem is, the higher that we go, I mean, we can try for the 167. I can try. I mean, what's the worst that would happen? Maybe they say no,
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if I can present it, I would need it in writing, signed so that I can present it, get the funds and the escrow opened. Is it you that signs, or all of y'all have to sign to sell the home?
No, you can go ahead and send it to, you can go ahead and send it to me. Yeah, right, I'm the one that's doing all that. Everyone's gonna,
So 167 minus, do you know if there's any like property taxes that are owed?
it's already been paid for.
Well, the reason I ask is, we pay all normal closing costs except taxes or liens. So do you know if it was escrowed? Because if it was escrowed, maybe y'all get a check after you close and sell. If
No,
it was
you
escrowed.
don't.
Okay.
Yeah, what happened with this is that my dad he had already paid off the house, and he just decided, him and my mom decided to go do a home equity loan, and we didn't know nothing about it. Well, 2 years later, after he did the home equity loan, he passed away. He had a heart attack, and we didn't know nothing about the mortgage. So we were going to get ready to put it on the market, and we were a couple of years later, maybe 5 years passed, maybe longer. We didn't want, we let it sit. But we let it sit for a couple of years, and then we all agreed to put it on the market. And when we did a title search, that's when we discovered that he had a mortgage loan on it.
Mm.
And his mortgage from 80,000 now accumulated to 100 and I think it's 150 or something, 145, 150 or something like that.
Wow.
So yeah, it's accumulated because they've been paying taxes, they've been keeping up with maintaining the property.
Yeah.
So that's why yeah, everybody is now in agreement. We just want to sell it. It's all, title was clean. We went ahead. We kept title there. They told us what needed to be done. We did everything to them. We gave them birth death certificates, and everyone signed the affidavits, and so both parents. So it's good to go now.
Well, I'm pulling up some numbers here, Sandra, just to see. And yours is about 1,400 square feet, right? So it seems to be a little bit on the smaller side of the sizes of the houses that have sold in the area. And you said it's a 3-bedroom, 1 bath, or 3-bedroom, 2 bath. And did y'all ever apply for a short sale, or was that not a possibility?
I think what they had was I don't know, he was making payments. The mortgage loans that they do when they turn a certain or they pass away. We
Mm-hmm.
were responsible for that. What kind of loan is that?
Reverse mortgage.
Yeah, something like that. So that's not an option for us to do a short sale on the property.
Yeah. Yeah, those reverse mortgages, they're definitely something.
Yes, they are.
You see, I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just not wanting to waste anybody's time. And the 250, I'm just not getting there due to the size of the home and the current market. It's a little bit on the smaller side.
We want to know what they're selling because we decided we were going to stay with it, but then um, we don't want to have all that drama with the siblings. So we just said, you know what, let's just sell it because we don't need more problems, and we don't need additional problems that one person wants to do this a certain way, and then we don't come to an agreement on certain things. So that's why we just decided to go ahead and sell it and not keep it because she said, after we ran the comps nearby the property at a candle shade, she says the average the average came out to be around $250, 250,000 in comps for the homes. She said for rental property nearby, the comps are or the rents are 1650.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't disagree with none of that. It's just that those homes that average out to 250, they're bigger. They're 300, 200 square feet bigger, and that's what throws it off.
Yeah, she said that. Yeah, well, she had all that information, the square footage and everything. So I don't
Mhm.
know,
I
what she's going
mean,
based on.
not to offend agents. My wife is an agent, and we have agents in here. Nothing against them. It's just they do so many of those that sometimes they do miss the details. They're just putting the address and kind of what's comparable in the area. And with that low of a rent, because it is a little bit low. That's pretty low of a rent. Taxes always,
Okay, well, she revised this one here. She sent me a revised one because she attached two comps to it. The rents are approximately $2,000 to $2,500 um, a month in the area.
hmm.
That's what she said that they were going for.
Yeah, so I mean, if we buy this for 167, and we have to end up putting about 35,000, which I think we're gonna probably do more than that, but $35,000, we're in the low 200s plus closing costs and all that. There's just not much margin. Are you guys open to just selling it to? I mean, what's the reinstatement balance needed to get the loan back? Oh, because it's a reverse mortgage. There's no way to do. Man, these reverse mortgages are from hell.
Want to be paying,
They just wanna foreclose.
the one for them because you know the original loan amount I think was about 60 or 80,000, and then they've been paying probably 10 years in taxes. So with the taxes, I don't know, about maybe $2,000, 10 years is what, 20,000. So let's say they owe $100,000.
In this type of situation, I was like, okay, maybe we can squeeze in because it may be worth 250, but I just don't see it right now, and I don't want to get fired. Because I mean the one that sold for 248, 247, 248, that one was 638 square feet. And it was redone. I mean, flooring, kitchen, new cabinets, new windows. You know, that's not a $30,000 rehab. I mean, a kitchen on its own is probably 15. New bathrooms, tile, so new roof. Tell you what, I mean, send me pictures and videos of what you have. I mean, it's
Yeah,
getting okay. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah. Yeah, I guess there was like a bathroom leak or something.
probably. I don't know if they made it. It looks like it.
And they're not so therefore there's no like Jesus, these reverse mortgages, they need to get rid of them because they don't help anybody.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why they exist here in Texas because they still don't exist everywhere, but I know here in Texas they do. Had it not been for that, I'd probably, you
Ugh.
know.
So why didn't y'all list it with the agent? I'm curious.
Well, we didn't list it with an agent because we don't have enough time. Putting it on the market, it can take about maybe, when we're lucky, we may sell it in less than 30 days, but if not, it may sell, 3 months, 4 months, and we don't have that time.
I mean, this mortgage is not in y'all's name, so it's not gonna affect none of y'all's credit, right?
Correct.
If I were you, because I tell you right now, I mean, that's not a $30,000 rehab. I mean, contractors love to say a number and then kill you with change orders.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they just, want to get a down payment and see what they can squeeze out of you. I mean, I've got an agent that can list it for you as is and give it a try. That's probably gonna be your best bet because I mean your best bet is somebody that wants to be in that neighborhood and is passionate about being in the neighborhood and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And they probably like a handyman person because the numbers just don't add up to buy it, fix it, and sell it. I mean, Zillow has it at 193, 192.
Mm-hmm.
So there's just not enough meat on the bone for an investor to truly profit from it. Versus if you get somebody that maybe has a kid that wants to live nearby or wants to move in the area, they may be your best buyer. That's what I would do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll keep that in mind. We're just gonna keep searching and hopefully we'll come across someone that'll, or if not, just try to see if we can buy more time from the lender to try to put it on the market.
Yeah, I mean, so I'll end the conversation with these two options. Option one, I can refer your case to our agent Myra and she can see about, getting it listed and seeing what that looks like as is. Or two, I mean, I've got a couple of hedge funds and insurance funds that maybe pay more than us. And
Mm-hmm.
we can try that for 5 to 10 days. I try for at least 10 days. And it's just the way that we make our money. They pay us a referral fee. So,
Uh-huh.
so what that does, that does tie you up for 10 days. So you're agreeing to work with us on the deal for 10 days, but
Mm-hmm.
we do have direct access to some insurance companies and hedge funds that are looking to just park money. They're not flippers or wholesalers like most of us. They're not looking to buy it and fix it and sell it. They're just looking to hedge money, park money.
Mm-hmm.
That may be an option for you, and that doesn't affect your listing history, and it's probably gonna be quicker than listing it. So that's an option if you want to get a move on it. I would need to know rather quickly. No
Mm-hmm.
pressure from me, but just letting you know because they still gotta walk it. We still gotta market it. We still gotta present the deal. They don't really work with real estate agents. They only work with a couple of us in the area.
Mm-hmm.
But we would know within a week if there's interest or not,
Mm-hmm.
and at what price. So how do you think about it? Because maybe you go on Google, fill out another form. They'll say, yeah, we'll give you the 167. But if you're a smart cookie, which it sounds like you are, there's no profit, you know, at 167 plus 30, and the house may be worth low 200s by the time the rehab is done. So they're just gonna drag you
Mhm.
along and try to cancel or renegotiate, and then you're gonna get foreclosed.
Right. Okay.
So just trying to be
So,
honest with you. And insurance companies, and they don't buy the same way that we buy or that
uh-huh.
anybody buys. They're just looking to park money. And so you might
Okay.
yeah, they're just trying to hedge against the recession. They're just trying to park
Yeah.
money and not lose it, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. Well, let me talk to them and see if I can touch with you. Okay.
All right, absolutely. Take care. But with that said, you know, that presents another option that may be a win-win. All right. So I hope that video was useful. Let me know in the comments what sort of questions you have, what you loved about the video, what you didn't like about the video, what sort of questions we can answer in future videos so that we can keep growing the channel. And as always, make sure you smash the like button, click subscribe so that we can keep putting out good content for you.